Good afternoon, Ruth.
Hey, how are you?
How are you today?
Good. Doing good.
Alright. Did you do anything exciting during the week?
We did. We went to visit my parents this weekend. We did. We went as the whole family, so that was something that we don't normally get to do. I didn't have a bunch of schoolwork this week, so we just, my kids have been asking me about it. We decided to go, so that's what we did this weekend.
How did that work out?
It was pretty good. I didn't feel like that I had all the anxiety that I normally do. I just, because my attention was somewhere else, I was focused on doing what I was supposed to do. And when I'm around my family, I have to act a certain way, so I just formed right into my little model that I'm supposed to be around my parents.
On last week, I gave you a lot of words and stuff. And then you expressed what you felt about those words. So, one of the main things that I thought that I heard you say, I told you something about your father. Do you remember what you said about that?
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I said
So, how does that make you feel when you say mean?
just, I don't know, it was the first word that came to my mind. It probably is a little more broad than that, but as a little girl, that's just always how I thought of him. It's just me. He never understood me. I don't understand him, and so I don't really know what the real word to describe him is. That's just the first thing that popped into my head.
Okay. And you also said that your husband, John, was like a picture book of your father, like an authoritative figure. How does that make you feel, you comparing your father to your husband?
I feel like at first, probably, because we got married so young and I was so young, didn't see him as the same way. But after we had our first child, I just realized that things that they do are so similar, and I wonder if maybe that I saw that in him. You know, I didn't see it then, but things that he did maybe drew me to him because that was all I knew. Maybe I don't know. I just things that he does, but it's mainly towards me. I feel that's those are the only two men I've ever been around my whole life. So
Okay. And you said that your mother was a homemaker, and you're a homemaker, but now you have decided to get out the house and go to school. You want to be an elementary school teacher. Um, how does that make you feel? You comparing yourself to your mother.
um, she's she's a very wonderful woman. I am very blessed to have her as a mother. I feel like that she can't be the mother that she wants to be because of the way my family is. But at the same time, like I strive to be more like her. And I don't feel like in this day and time that it's unacceptable for the woman to have a job. And when I was growing up, because my father was a minister, you're always going to funerals, you're always going to weddings, your life revolves around church, so you really don't have the time for two people to have a job. So it just, you know, so really she just took care of everything in the household and she just provided for us.
So I think I hear you saying that your mother was a homemaker, and you, in the same sense, you're acting as a homemaker, but now you're trying to get out, get a new career, being a school teacher. And you also said that a homemaker is someone you're supposed to be. What do you mean by that?
I just meant like that my children I mean, of course, my husband is supposed to come first, but secondly is my children. And because he is not around all the time, that I'm supposed to make sure that our kids are taken care of. And I feel like that I won't have a job after that is my job. And after they're in college and don't need me to do everything for them, then I need something to do. So I feel like that my mama taught me a lot. Um, but at the same time, I feel like there's more to me that I could do. There's more things that I could do, and then I mean, I want to have grandkids one day, so I feel like me, getting out and getting involved, that could cause me ways to have be around other people that I could, you know, communicate with and have play dates with my grandkids and all that good stuff because I really don't have that many friends. But I feel like that if I get over some of these issues that I'm having, I could probably bond with some of my coworkers, and then I will have more of a social life.
Okay. Okay. And you also said that your mom is like a friend to you. You always call her on the phone and stuff. How does that make you feel?
Um, she always listens. She might not agree with what's going on, but she's not going to tell me that. But really, she's the only person that I can talk to about anything. Without her, I don't feel judged when I talk to her. But at the same time, I know she probably doesn't know how to help me with my issues because she's never been in these kind of situations.
Okay.
Well, with my dad, she has, I'm sure, but that's just her demeanor. That was how she was used to being raised and everything else. So I'm not really sure that she can show me or give me advice or anything on, what I'm going through.
Okay. So, how is your communication with your husband?
We had to communicate a little bit this weekend because, of course, we all went to the trip. Um, he seemed normal this week, like fine. He didn't have, he wasn't distant or anything, but I had talked to him about going to the gym. He said that, that if that's what I wanted to do, he didn't really have an answer on it, but I asked maybe if he would want to go with me.
Okay.
So he didn't really give me an answer. I'm just kind of waiting to see what he says, and the next time we get paid, if he decides he wants to go with me, then he can, or if not, I'll go by myself.
Okay. Okay. Good. Good. Okay. Anything else?
Mm, not really. Well, I don't know. We talked about our oldest child um, wants to go to university. So we talked about that, and I feel like that if we're supposed to graduate in May, and that if I do get a contract for August, that will be able to help pay for some of it if they don't get a scholarship. So we have communicated a little bit, and I'm just trying to slowly make it better.
Okay. Okay. So, how have you been sleeping better at night? Not worrying a lot about things.
Um, I've been trying to not stay up so late doing my schoolwork. I think that maybe that's like keeping me up too, like staying. My mind is focused, and I'm worrying about all my schoolwork, and then I go to bed after that. So I think I need to change up my routine of how I do my schoolwork, so that after dinner I can wind down instead of having fresh material on my brain. Um, so I did sleep well this weekend though.
Okay. Great. So how has it been? Have you tried any of like cooking dinner, having family talks at the dinner table with your husband, your kids?
We've been pretty busy this week. discuss about going to my parents and things like that. We wanted to see everybody's input if they hadn't already made plans, and it worked out. We also we had a great time at my parents' house this weekend, and you know, it was full of a lot of laughter, which was wonderful for me. But you know, my parents are getting older, and it's very good that my children are spending time with them. So we just really the main thing was talking about the college issue.
Okay. Anything else?
Mm, Not that I can think of. Not on the top of my head of anything just specific that we communicated about. Um, but I feel like I'm ready to tell them about me coming to counseling. I don't know how to tell them. Maybe I could just use it as an example because I'm doing the classes for it. Um, because I don't feel like he understands it like I do now that I've been through the school. I don't feel like that he would understand why I would be doing it. But I want him to understand that it's for me, not for him. That there's nothing, I don't want him to feel like that I'm coming because of him.
So how do you think that perhaps would make him feel? I know you will probably be happy about it, but how do you think once you approach him with it?
I feel like it's probably going to weigh on his mind a lot. He's probably going to question a lot of things, but the way I need to tell him needs to be very straightforward so that he completely understands everything. I don't feel like he knows that I'm not sleeping. I don't feel like that he knows that I'm having all these issues while at school. But when I sat down when we finally got home and I was unpacking, I realized, I didn't have any of that this weekend. So I just feel like, it may just be school related. I'm not sure exactly why or what. And then, when I get done with school, that could not be the case. I might not feel, I will be in a room and I will be in charge. And I don't feel anxiety when I'm around children either. So,
Okay, so I understand that you're gonna try to express your feelings toward the sessions and try to encourage your husband to come and let him know that it's not for him, it's only for you, and it will be a help to you if he showed up. Okay. You looking forward to it?
I'm really nervous about it, but I've
Okay.
been trying to think of exactly how to say it. I keep telling myself over and over in my head, what am I gonna say to, you know, exactly how I can say it, because I feel like if I say the wrong first sentence, that's gonna knock us back down. So I just, I just, and I know that, my father being a pastor, he's done marriage counseling and stuff like that, but I don't feel like he himself would go. So I feel like that's probably how my husband would feel about it.
Because I understand that you said that your husband was sort of like your father, so you don't think that he would take it too kindly if you come into therapy. Okay. Okay. Well, don't let it weigh your mind too deeply and stuff. Don't think too hard about it. So just continue communicating with him, and then you'll find a way to work it out. Okay. All right. You have anything else, Lily?
No, I feel much better this week. I feel better. I've got my mind set about trying to go to the gym, and I feel like, not only of it, my body image, that, when I used to walk all the time, I felt so much better. And, it's almost like a stress reliever. And so I feel like that's going to help a little bit and help me sleep better. I know exercise is supposed to be good for your sleep, so I just talk with my mom a little bit. I just poured some of my feelings out, and she just she told me that maybe, if I were to start doing the extra program, I could like meet some people to do it with me, and then that, could lead. I really need a social life because when my kids leave, if they're not planning on coming back here to stay, then I'm gonna have something to do. Can't stay at home all the time. So I feel like it's gonna be a good opportunity for me.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you coming in again this week. And so, and at any time, when you're out or home and you have anything you want to discuss, feel free to call my office, schedule another appointment with me, or leave me a voice message, and I will definitely call you back. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so
All right.
much. I
Thank
appreciate it.
you.